Hello, good morning. For today's video, I've got a trade that I want to put on, and I want to show you exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Okay, the market has opened up considerably higher from yesterday. Like, we're talking 20 points, and I believe we're going to continue to run. This is an exception. Oh, got to go on this one right here, the daily right there. We are major, and I think we will continue running. So I need to get in this market here. Look at this. We have got a major gap of 20 points or higher. Okay, look at this. Market closed at 2020, opened up at 2036, 16 points higher. We've run 4 points already. We will continue to run. I'm almost sure of it. I've watched and I've traded these markets for too long to know that the market will run. This is mostly news driven of some sort to take the market as high as it's gapped. Okay, and again, if you recall back to a daily chart, the market's extremely oversold. In fact, yesterday was an inside pattern, right? So the market's coiled up, the market's contracted, and the market's burst out of that area. Now I wish that we hadn't gapped this high, but instead traded up through yesterday's high. Trading up through yesterday's high, as opposed to the gap, would have been even a better trade than this trade. All right, I am back. We've run a little bit. We're up almost $500. I'm just going to go ahead and take 3 off and let 2 ride. All right, so we're going to sell 3. There we go. We locked in $225. And I don't know how many minutes was this. Not 3 minutes. So now we've got 2 left. And so now we want to put a stop pretty much. You know what? I'm going to go right at, I'm going to go 2,039 3/4. Okay, just give it a little room. Not much though. I mean, I'm just looking for a move to the upside here. Want to take some profits there, right? And look at that. We're pushing up through the highs again. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Look at this. Right there at the highs. Okay, so let's just go ahead and go, give back 2 ticks only. 2039 3/4, sell it to 2039 3/4 would be right there. Pretty much almost a break-even trade on 2 contracts only. Look at this thing moving. Here we go. This is nice. We've taken 3 off. We have secured. We closed out 225 in profits. This is a small trade. I typically don't chase the market. I don't like to think of this as a chase because there is rhyme and reason behind it. And this is, what, 25 years of trading the S&Ps and understanding how they trade and seeing certain patterns over and over and over and over again over the last few decades. So look at this thing pushing higher. This is just like I thought. Again, seeing such a dramatic open, right? Again, closing at 2020, opening up at 2036. In the first couple bars, making the higher highs as we did. Look at this. We made a higher high and then a higher high there, closed, and then I bought this right there, anticipating a move to the upside of an approximate same value as the range of the day up to that point, right? So the range was from low 2036, bought at 2000, 4.25 points. 4.25 points would take us up to 44, up to 43 already, up to 43.25. We were pretty much at break even on the remaining portion. Remember, we took a large, we had 5 only, right? We took 3 off. I always like to take at least 50 to 60% of the trade off. All right, so let me pause the video. We've got our stop in place here. We're locking in profits regardless of what this thing does, okay? So let me, all right, I am back. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to move this up. The sell stop order is going to be moved up to right there. All right, so essentially what I've done is I've locked in only 1 tick, 1 minimum price fluctuation on the E-Mini S&Ps, okay? 1 tick, because the way I'm looking at this is the market would have to, from right now, the market would have to take out the last 2 lows on a 3-minute chart, right? This low and this low. We take out this low, Then I would think at that point we would be due for a little pullback where we could pull back more. Then I would watch it very closely. And if the market couldn't break any lower, okay, then I would look to buy it again, looking for the market to run back up to try to retest that high. So that's why I've got my stop in here. So now this is pretty much a free trade, okay, with the possibility of this market really running and making us more money. So I'm going to pause the video so it's not too long. Be right back. At this point now, if the market's able to actually penetrate up through the high of the day at 43 3/4, which we've just matched at 43 3/4, if we're able to do that, then I would take the sell stop and I'd move it up a little higher, okay? But we'll see. All right, I am back. This is what I'm seeing here, okay? If this bar, the current bar, if this bar is able to break down through the 42 1/4, we'll have an engulfing pattern on this 3-minute bar. Then when you combine that with what I'm seeing on the NYSE tick, look at the NYSE tick here, folks. Look at this. Just like in the last video I showed you, look, the market's up big time, but look at the NYSE tick. It's moving exactly the opposite as the market was moving higher. Okay? So I'm going to be very careful here. All right, I am back on, and look at this. The market, oh God, the market just took out the high by a tick, right? Look at that. Went to 2044, so now I'm going to move my stop up to below the 2042 1/4 to 41. All right. Okay, I'm going to move that stop up to below, okay, to 2041 3/4. 41 3/4, that's going to be moved up to. See how I do this? I just drag it up. 41 3/4 right there. So now I'm right below these lows. Okay? So if I'm taking out, I'm locking in even more money. Yet if we take out these highs at the upside, we'll be making even more money. So let me pause it. All right, this is where patience comes in, right? Market's breaking up through the highs again. Okay, I'm already up. I'm up, what is it? I'm up $600 on this trade so far. Okay, closed out 225. Got our trailing stop here above where we entered on the remaining two contracts. And again, I've seen this pattern hundreds of times over the last couple of decades of trading. When you get this huge gap like this and the market does not in any way take out that first 3-minute bars low when we move higher, you really want to be in there for the move in that direction. All right, doesn't happen a whole lot, but when it happens, you want to pounce on it and you want to try to milk it for what it's worth. So I'm gonna go. Let's just go. What's that low? 42 1/4. We can go up to 42 1/4 now. 42 1/4 is where the stop is, which is basically below the prior bar's low, right? One tick below 42 3/4 is 42 1/2, so I'm at 42 1/4 right now. So that's where I'm at. So let's pause it. All right, I am back. It has been quite a while, actually. And as you can see, the market has been running up slowly. So I have moved my stop up now to 2045 1/4. All right, remember, entered down in here, right? Took some profits off the table, and I'm letting it run. So the reasoning behind having the sell stop at 2045 1/4 is it's below the 10-12 bars low of 2045 3/4. So I'm down at 1/4 right now. The highest we've run up to is 49. Okay, is 49. So regardless, we've closed out $225 in profits. We're up 875 right now. If we get stopped out, we'll give back about 300 or so, but we'll still come out ahead. Let me pause the video. All right, I am back again. We have been in this trade quite a while. I just moved my stop up once again to 2045 3/4, which is below this entire trading range now. Okay, again, we want to try to milk this for what it's worth. And in my belief, if we break down through the low, wait, we got Yep, this low here. So we've got the high of the day at 2,049. We've moved off of it. We've been going sideways now for how many bars? One, two, three, four. Going on the fifth bar. Again, if we break down through 2,046 and a quarter, break down through the round number of 2,046 to 45, I won't want it anymore, okay? So this is turning out to be a really, really good trade. And so let's see what we can get out of it. I'll be back. All right, this looks like it's going to be a long video. I apologize, but we're trailing this up. And look at the market is just broken up through the high. Look at that, 2,049 and 3/4 we're at right now. Look at this trade, folks. We had our sell stop at 2,045 and 3/4. And look at where the market stopped right here, 2,046 even. That's why I do not ever stop myself out at rounds or halves, right? 2,046.00 is a round number, so that's why you never want to stop yourself out there. So I'm going to pause it and let's see how far we can go. I'm going to move it up to below the 2,047. I'm going to go to 2,046 and 3/4. I'm going to move it up a full point, so let's drag it up. 46 and 3/4 is right there. Here we go. All right, so below this low, that's a round number of 47. I'm going to go to 46 and 3/4 now. Okay, I'll be back shortly. All right, look at this. The market is breaking up through the highs again, so I'm going to move my stop down to below this little pivot low. Well, let's say 2,047 and 3/4, 47 and 3/4. So I'm going to move it up one full point. So I'm going to move this up, 47 and 3/4. There we go. So look at, we moved the sell stop up there. We are currently up $1,275. We've locked in 225 back in here, right? And we let the remaining run, right? So I will be back. All right, I am back. I'm going to move this stop up to below the 2,049 and a quarter. So I'm going to move it up to 48. Yeah, there we go. 48 and 3/4 right there. See that? How I move that up right to below this. The market's running. Market's doing exactly what I thought. Remember, I outlined why I thought this market was moving higher. The market sold off hard for the last 3 or 4 days, got extremely oversold in a support zone, and we opened up considerably. And I think we continue running. We'll see how far we can take this. Be back. All right, I am back, and I'm going to go ahead and move that stop up to below this low right here, below the low of 2,050 and 3/4. All right, 2,050 and 3/4. Take this move up, 50. Right there. You see how it's moved up? You just click and drag. So we're locking in some good profits now. The market continues to move higher, and I will be back shortly. All right, I am back one more time, I think this is. I'm going to move my stop up to below these lows here. These lows are 2,052 and a quarter, so 2,051 and 3/4. I'm going to move it up one more point. 51 and 3/4. Here we go. We're right below this ledge. Look at, we are up $1,500 right now. Again, we locked in 225 earlier in the day, and we have managed to trail this up. Now remember the conversation the first couple minutes of this video as to why I thought this market was moving higher. That's why I jumped in when I did, looking for that move to the upside. So I've strategically moved my stops to catch this. So now we've got a little ledge going on, a little range here at the top of the day. And I simply am going to stop myself out if we take out the low of that ledge. And we'll see what so I'll still net out about $1,100 if I'm stopped out. So let's just watch and see what happens. I'll be back shortly. All right, I am back. And I was just taken out of that trade to the long side, as you can see. So we trailed this up real nice, and we've been taken out, and as you can see over here, we made $13.75, and it's 11:26 in the morning, so a little less than 2 hours of work. $13.75. Started off with only 5 contracts, right? Took 3 off and trailed 2 up, and that can add up. Hopefully you learned from this video. Sure, sorry it's a little long, but that's the process. And all right, if you've got any questions, let me know on the blog. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.